Shadowing. My name is Anna Tyre, and I'm here to talk about a book that I co-authored called Toyota Supply Chain Management. This is work done with two colleagues, so Professor Reader Sadri at the University of Texas at Austin, and Mr. Roy Washer, a longtime executive at Toyota Motor Corporation. What is Toyota Supply Chain Management? When you hear Toyota, and if you're in the academic world or you're a management student, I think of the word zero inventory. They are famous for having coined the idea of operating system with low inventory. But we're looking beyond the manufacturing plant. We're looking at their global network of capabilities, which includes their warehouse, their dealers, their products, maintenance, etc. And part of our goal was to ask the question, how does Toyota manage its global supply chain? Now, when you think of the word Toyota, you really should be thinking of not just about the Camry, but also the Lexus, also the Scion, which is a car that's targeted at younger people, and also the fact that Toyota sells its products across the world, in the United States, in the Europe, in Japan, and all of the parts of the world. Realize that each of these sales areas are different and the products are different, and yet it's one company orchestrating the global supply chain to deliver performance, and that's the essence of what we were interested in. So what do we find? If I wanted to get you to understand the essence of whatever it does, it's best described by an acronym that we called the acronym was V4L, and let me explain what that means. V4 refers to the 4 V's that are key to manage supply within the supply chain, and the 4 V's are the velocity of product flow across the system, or the rate at which product is manufactured and sold, the variability, which is on the fluctuations in the sales and at the very detailed level across the system, the visibility of product as it moves through the system on the way from the supplier knowing what's being sold to the dealer having a good idea of what's coming down the pike, and finally the variety, which is the key decision from a management perspective, saying what is the variety of products that we sell, what do we sell at which location, and how do we understand the interaction of this variety with the cost throughout the system. Now, variety is something I want to focus on. Variety is key because that's what gets the customer to go to the door. Customers want to see new cars, different cars, things that fit the moment, colors that make sense. And yet, all of that is expensive, so it has to be orchestrated carefully so that the customer gets what they want, but it does not drive up cost in the system. Now, what do we find? We found that Toyota carefully thinks through these 4 parameters, and planning a Toyota is at a level of details. So planning the Toyota plan is at the level of individual car. You may ask, why would you plan at the level of the individual car? Well, remember, the car is being sold to an individual, so who goes to a particular dealership to buy a particular car. So it's really important from a planning perspective to say, how do we satisfy demand of that individual? And one of the things that we learned is focusing on details also enables the companies to really think about customer satisfaction and think about the cost associated with satisfying the customer. And that's, to me, is a center message. There's tremendous benefit to looking at the problem at the level of detail and thinking through how everybody gets affected when changes are made, so that the system actually operates at a fairly steady pace to give customer the products they want.